Ms. Fiorina, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Chuck. Nice to be with you.
So I want to ask you about what you're hoping for tonight. Is it about seeing Trump lose primaries, regardless if it's losing to Cruz or losing to Kasich or losing to Rubio, or is it more just about seeing Cruz win?
Well, I think Cruz is going to have a good night, but honestly, Chuck, I think the question is what Marco Rubio and John Kasich will do in the morning. Here's what we know. We know that in closed primaries, where only Republicans can vote, Cruz beats Trump. We also know that Rubio and Kasich are both taking votes away from Ted Cruz. Among the many reasons I've endorsed Ted is he's the only one who can beat Donald Trump, and I believe we have to beat Donald Trump fair and square at the ballot box.
You don't believe in trying to create this deny Trump the delegate strategy that you make it so that he can't win the nomination on the first ballot, and then after that, of course, who knows what would happen?
I don't. I think that would cause really a very deep division among the people who have voted. Lots of people have voted for Donald Trump. And so I think the only way to beat him is to beat him fair and square at the ballot box. Now, it's also true that many Democrats and independents have voted for Donald Trump, and that's why I bring up the issue of the closed primaries. Right. When we have closed primaries, when Republicans are choosing their nominee, Ted Cruz has beaten him. So I do think, really, it depends upon what Marco Rubio and John Kasich do tomorrow morning, and I very much hope they both will be statesmanlike and exit the race, because that's what it's going to take now. We need to have a man-on-man contest and beat Donald Trump at the ballot box.
You said, I wanted to bring up an ad that's out this morning against Donald Trump, and I just, all day long, I was curious of your take on it. So let me play the ad. You're only going to hear the audio, but it's the ad of women saying the things that Donald Trump has said about women in the past. Here it is.
Blood coming out of her wherever.
Women, you have to treat them like
This is how Donald Trump talks about our mothers, our sisters,
our daughters.
If you believe America deserves better, vote against Donald Trump.
When you hear that, do you think that ad alone makes it almost impossible for him to get elected in November?
Well, you know, I was listening to the segment right before you went to commercial break, and you guys have sort of decided that he's the nominee. We got a lot of people left to vote here. Look, I said from the moment Donald Trump entered the race that he does not represent me and he does not represent my party. But this race isn't over yet. And Ted Cruz has beaten him. Ted Cruz can beat him, and I believe Ted Cruz will beat him and will be the nominee of our party. So let's not jump ahead to November quite so fast.
So going back, if John Kasich wins Ohio, do you still think he should get out and get behind Cruz?
Well, look, John Kasich and Marco Rubio are honorable people, and they've run honorable campaigns, and I know how strongly their supporters feel. I mean, I know how hard it is for supporters to see their candidate withdraw. On the other hand, even if John wins Ohio, he realistically has no path. There is no path for him. He could not win Michigan. He couldn't even come in second in Michigan. And in Ohio, of course, he has the entire party behind him. So he is in his strongest position in Ohio, and there is no path beyond that. So, as I say, I hope both of them will take great pride in the campaigns they've run, but will consider carefully now what needs to happen. And we can't beat Donald Trump in a backroom deal. We need to beat him out in the open and at the ballot box.